How's that? Is that good?
Okay.
Early on, I really always, not always, but wanted to write for the longest time. Better? For the longest time, I wanted to write. And very early on, I realized I didn't have what it took to be a novelist. So I turned to poetry. Through poetry, it allows me to express my feelings, what I'm going through, good or bad. And I just hope that my works challenge, teach, encourage. So the first one is called Castles Made of Sand. I watched a young boy playing on the beach, dreaming dreams so grand. He worked deliberately, silently, molding the wet brown sand. He piled, packed, patted and smoothed, and the castle soon took shape. He built turrets, put in windows, and a moat he did scrape. He raised its walls, they were fine, smooth, and straight. And as the final touch, he even added on a gate. Just then a wave rushed in, and when it had withdrawn, the castle in which he had worked so lovingly was gone. I wondered, when the master builder comes and tests the works of our hands, will they stand the test of time or be like castles made of sand? April 20th, 1999, a student walked into Columbine High School and opened fire. Killed and injured a lot of people. And as I thought about this poem came to mind. You say you'll get saved tomorrow. Like dominoes, you line them excuses one by one. But what will you do if tomorrow never comes? You live your life as if you've got forever, doing whatever your heart pleases. But how much longer will you go turning your back on Jesus? I hear you tell God great plans, want to do things upright. But remember this, you may not have tomorrow. You may not even have tonight. On a lighter note, let me see if I can find it here. This one I wrote on my days before marriage. It's called Saturday Night. I'm sitting here in the bar with my head in a funk, feeling lonely, sad. I'm thinking this must be a dream, because life can't be this bad. In walks this woman, looking tall and fine and cool, and plops her down on the nearest stool. I introduced myself with a polite little cough. She smiled sweetly and told me to shove off. Right then and there, I knew she caused me a great deal of strife, because the way my luck's been running, she's probably somebody's wife. It's raining again. As I said, some of these express my feelings. It's raining again. It taps against my window pane. I'm lying here, remembering my youth, putting on our shorts, our swimsuits, running carefree through gutters, laughing loudly. That's only a child can laugh. I can remember how much simpler life was back then. I long to go back, because life is so complicated now. Excuse me. We live most of our lives in ruts. Everything's the same, day after day, day after day. And I believe that sometimes it's wonderful, it's exciting, challenging to do things a little differently. So I call this one Taking the Road Less Traveled. Taking the road less traveled, what is it I will find? Wonders too great to explain, miracles to which I've previously been blind. taking the road less traveled, who is it I'll meet? The man I used to be, or the man I want to be? Make more amazing victories or more discouraging defeats? And long time, most of my adult life, I suffered from depression. And 1999, I was graciously healed by the Lord. And one of the first poems I wrote kind of describes what I felt. Because when you're depressed, all you can see is darkness. You cannot see the beauty that's in the world. It's called the sun. The sun poked its head through the skeletal trees as if trying to decide whether to rise or go back to bed. It chose to rise and brighten up our day. I was so glad to see it, but I sat on my bed and cried. There was no temptation to take my Bible and read 10 to 12 of them, but I decided not to. Ken would get very mad at me.
Well, I'd like to thank all you authors, us, everybody, and those of you for coming. I do think there's something magic about real people with their own words and sharing with us. So thank you, authors, and thank you all for coming. Now, we have about 20 minutes. We can finish up the cookies. There's about 3/4 of a cookie for each one of you. We still left. There's plenty of coffee. There's plenty of water. And for those of you like Eric Mountaineer, water is spelled W-A-T-E-R, and coffee is spelled C-A-W-F-E-E. But we're going to turn up the lights a little bit, so some people in the back of the room might have some books to share. Yes, Bill?